What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back again with another video. So there is some more turmoil that's happening behind the scenes in AEW, and it's not looking good. It seems as if AEW lately has been having more issues behind the scenes with wrestlers and talent in relation to what's happening on the screen. More people are interested on what's happening behind closed doors than what's happening in the opening. And we've seen that a lot from AEW, but it seems like it's getting more rampant. Now, I have been loosely following what's been going on with the Rey Fenix situation. I know at one point he was trying to get released from his contract, but then Tony Khan denied that. So I don't know what's really happening. I'm not sure if he's been used as much, but it seems as if he's been voicing his frustration, and pretty much Tony Khan has him sitting there in AEW catering, essentially not using him and not letting him go out of his contract. But now apparently there's been some more issues that he wants to talk about, and I think I've seen something where he's like, whenever he's able to leave, he's going to, tell his truth and what's been going on, and it's going to get ugly apparently. I don't know what's going on here. This just sounds like a whole bunch of chaos in the back in AEW, and this is not sounding too good. So we're going to check this out. I know some of you guys actually wanted me to, talk about this. So I was like, let me see what's going on with this whole situation. All right. So this is on F4WOnline.com. Rey Fenix alludes to mistreatment by AEW. I needed a doctor. You ignored me for months. This don't sound good. This does not sound good at all. Rey Fenix made several comments online today alluding to issues he encountered with AEW management. While his brother Penta El Zero has been removed from AEW roster page and is expected to join WWE shortly, Fenix will not be contractually free to sign with the company until midway through 2025 due to having an injury time tacked on his AEW contract. Now, this I did hear about. In September, our own Dave Meltzer reported that Phoenix AEW deal won't expire for nearly, but not quite 1 year. Phoenix hasn't performed for AEW since July, which is crazy when you think about it. On Saturday, Phoenix responded to a fan on social media who complained that he was not being used on AEW programming, writing, "I will have my chance to speak the truth." He added, "No one stays in a place where they receive inhumane treatment." That don't sound good if that's an accusation that he's putting out there. Later that day, Penta made a surprise appearance at AAA's TV taping. Early Monday morning, Phoenix began making ominous statements online alluding to mistreatment by AEW management. "I needed a doctor and you ignored me for months," Phoenix wrote. He then responded to an update on his situation reported by Dr. Chris Featherstone of the Pancakes and Power Slam podcast, referring to Featherstone's report as so far the most accurate comment. Featherstone wrote, "I received information from an AEW source on November 20th regarding the Lucha Brothers status, but did not report it as I was waiting for one of them to begin speaking their mind about the situation. I was told that was coming. I was also told that day that Penta's contract was soon ending with AEW. Rey Fenix did just that, spoke his mind. So here is some intel I received. The alleged accused that Tony Khan found out about Lucha Brothers being in talks with WWE is fake news, and the real reason will be revealed. There's a real story behind the situation with Rey Fenix, which is a huge injustice. Expect the Lucha Brothers to go more in depth about their time in AEW when they are free and clear to do so. When they do, it's going to be ugly." That's not good. And if he's commenting on it so far, the most accurate comment, that don't sound too good. I don't know about this one. Depending on what they went through, it's not a good I guess a public perception is everything, right? It's not looking too good when you constantly have issues backstage, wrestlers talking about the issues that they're having backstage. And now this one coming out, and there's some injustice being involved and someone being hurt, and you know, they need to go to the doctor, and you just kind of ignore them about it. I don't know, man. This don't sound good. In response to Feather Stone's post, Phoenix would also add, unfortunately, due to contractual issues, I cannot speak now, but I will have my time. So, yeah, he's kind of putting it out there. Phoenix is advertised for a meet and greet at the House of Glory show on December 20th, 2024. Yeah, and this is, you know, some of the basics. Like I said, I didn't really know what was going on. I did know he was trying to leave, but Tony Khan added time to his contract for, you know, the injury. Here's the thing. I don't know who's in the right. I don't know who's in the wrong. Wrestling companies, even take wrestling companies out the mix. Companies in general, there's always going to be issues. There's always going to be people who don't like each other, or there's going to be some things that could have been done better on the corporation side of things. Like, it's always going to be issues. And I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like, oh, this is just an exclusive thing that only happens in AEW. No, there's going to be some issues within every company that you have. It's not going to always be perfect. The only thing I can say when it comes to AEW is the perception. And the perception for AEW, ever since that CM Punk debacle and how everything played after that, the perception has been not professional. The perception has been they just kind of let wrestlers say and do whatever the hell they want backstage, and that's just what it is. And it doesn't make it better that they go on social media and they just go off the deep end. They start exposing stuff that shouldn't be exposed or talked about. You rarely see that happening in WWE. It's rare that you do. If they're doing anything social media wise, they're expanding the feud, which is what they should be doing. That's what you should be doing with social media, expanding the feud. We, as fans, really shouldn't know about the beefs and issues. We shouldn't, but we live in a time where information is everything. How many times have we heard stories about issues and beef from back in the day in WCW and in WWF at the time? We didn't know about it unless somebody said it, but it was, you know, one of those things you would finally hear many years later. And guess what? Sometimes these guys didn't like each other. Sometimes there was some real issues, but they went out there and did the job. It's rare that you saw someone just say, fuck it, and not do the job. You know, so for me, I can't really give my full opinion on this, only because we don't know. All we know is apparently Rey Fenix feel like he's, you know, been mistreated there. And I'm not going to sit up there and deny how he feel about that, because that may be the truth. We don't know. Or it could be a situation where maybe, you know, he's not getting used. Doesn't seem like Tony Khan is going to use him because he knows he's probably going to go to WWE. He's going to have him in AEW catering. So maybe this is another way to create some type of buzz, some type of attention for himself for the time being, because he's not being used. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, I hate to admit this, you know, and some people are not going to want to admit this, but I hate to say this, but Tony Khan is actually moving like how Vince McMahon used to move. If he didn't want you, like if you weren't playing ball or he didn't have nothing for you, you just sit there and cater in purgatory, and you would just lose your stock in the sense of people wouldn't see you. That hurts your stock. When people don't see you, they forget about you. They forget about you. It's kind of hard to build yourself back up when they finally release you, because they want people to not even think you exist. And he used to do that, especially if you got injured. Oh, he's going to add time, which, once again, he can do that. And I'm not saying it's morally right, but that's what he can do. Some would say, well, why would you keep him if you're not going to use him? Simple. So he can't go nowhere else. That's it. It's a power play. And Tony's doing the same thing. Does he have the right to? Yes, I can't sit up here and say, no, it's a contract. If you get injured, all right, well, we got to add dates to that contract. He's moving more like Vince than he wants to admit in that regard. I don't know about all the freaky parties and shit, but in that regard, he's actually moving more like Vince. The real issue comes down to them being able to keep things in house, and also them being able to sort out their issues to the point where it doesn't get on social media, and then everybody looks at the company as, not everybody, but a lot of people look at the company as not, the major leagues. It's like, oh, there's always something going on with AEW. There's always some issues. There's always this. There's always that. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and talk shit about Tony Khan because I don't know the exact logistics. And I'm not going to sit up here and 100%, side with Rey Fenix because we don't know yet. He can't really say anything until after the fact. So we'll see how things transpire. I don't know if they're able to get on the same page because, once again, if you're the owner of this company, there got to be something that you can do to talk to this person so y'all can rectify this. And if they don't, if y'all decide to part ways, y'all part ways after the contract, whatever the case may be, there got to be some type of middle ground, because this don't look good if he's out here saying, yeah, I tried to go to the doctor. I needed to go to the doctor. They ignored me. I was mistreated. Inhumane treatment. That's a big thing to accuse a company of. And even at that, if you're going to accuse a company of that, then you may want to start getting lawyers involved to sue potentially for damages. So I don't know. It's really crazy. All you can do is hope that they get their shit together. But it seems like every month, there's always some type of news of AEW star, insert star name here, feeling disgruntled, not liking the direction they're going in, and some type of drama. I don't know. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. But comment down below. Let me know, how do y'all feel about this Rey Fenix situation? Do y'all believe some of the things that he is alluding to that has happened in AEW? Or do y'all feel like, it may be just a big misunderstanding here between Tony Khan and Rey Fenix? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it down below. But I appreciate all love, support. Road to 150K. Appreciate y'all kicking with me. See you on the next one. Peace.